Okay, we've got to talk about the SCIF. That's right, the long-awaited SCIF, when Tim Burchett and other members of the House Oversight Committee were able to get access to some of the David Grusch material. Hopefully, theoretically, let's find out what they learned. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Okay, here we go. This is Jared Moskowitz. Democratic Jared Moskowitz of Florida said the meeting was the first real briefing that we've had, that we've now made, I would say, progress on some of the claims Mr. Grusch has made. This is the first time we kind of got a ruling on what the IG thinks of those claims. And so this meeting, unlike the one we had previously when we did this briefing, this one actually moved the needle. And CBS is actually covering this. I'm so excited that CBS is covering this. House lawmakers emerged from a classified closed-door briefing with an internal government watchdog on Friday, said they remain frustrated in their attempts to get more information about explosive whistleblower claims. Thomas Monheim, the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, briefed members of the House Oversight Committee's National Security Subcommittee on Capitol Hill. The meeting came months after the subcommittee held a high-profile public hearing that featured tantalizing testimony from a former military intelligence officer. So there we go. The briefing. Several lawmakers who emerged from the briefing said they were frustrated by the lack of new information on Grusch's allegations. And that's just so frustrating. Well, let's go to the lawmakers themselves. This is one of them. Representative Andy Ogles. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
So it just came out of the UAP hearing. I asked very specific questions and was unable to get specific answers. And what you see is an over-compartmentalization of the truth. But we're going to keep digging, we're going to keep searching, and we will find the truth.
Now, I hope you do, man. I hope you do. Okay, that one is stuck on buffering, but that's okay. We have Representative Anna Luna differentiates between the terms extraterrestrial and interdimensional. And she points to Grusch's use of the latter. Representative Robert Garcia appears shaken by what was discussed and says there was substantial info shared with the committee. Moskowitz said that this verified a lot of the claims made about UAPs and seemed pleased with the transparency compared to the last briefing they were given. Well, I don't think that's too much to crow about. The last one was a joke. Here we go.
A lot of questions that remain unanswered, and Mr. Grusch has made allegations that we're still trying to figure out the veracity of, and we haven't gotten the answers that we need.
There is a movement, whether it's within the intelligence community or not, to prevent us from finding out more information on this. And so we are going to do what we need to do as investigators to continue to pull on whatever strings and see where they lead.
I want to hear more talk about the interdimensional stuff. What's up with that? What is up with the interdimensional angle?
Was that asked about the non-human biologics and the alleged alien spacecraft?
I can't get into the specifics of the hearing, but let's just say that all of us were very interested in the substance of his claims, and unfortunately, I didn't get the answers that I was hoping for. I gotta go.
Thank you,
sorry.
Mr.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. You can't talk about it. So they may have talked about biologics and alien bodies, but they can't talk about it. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? And hopefully this will this will give them the ammunition they need, the capital they need, get their select committee going. And I think that would be really gangbusters. That would be amazing if that is the result of this SCIF meeting. My hopes are low, but you never know. You never know. And here's what Tim Burchett had to say.
See?
I'd say it's fair to say, but I think everybody left there thinking and knowing that Grusch is legit. If they didn't think that before, I think, and I tell you, the best thing about it was we had 16 members there, Republicans and Democrats, and there was not a harsh word spoken to anybody back and forth. Everybody was cordial. Everybody complimented the other. When Democrats would ask a question, maybe a Republican would say, "Hey, could you?" And then they'd say, "Yeah, that's great," or a Republican, vice versa. So this is clearly a bipartisan issue, which is something that they will not divide us on.
Okay, so I mean, that's encouraging that the two sides are working together on this. This is not a political issue, thank God. And it needs to remain that way. This could unite both parties, and I think that it is to a certain extent. So that's awesome. He says that they came away thinking that David Grusch was legit. And we've already heard that, they can't talk about the bodies. So, that means they probably talked about the bodies. So, it's a very frustrating experience for us because they can't talk about it. And it's probably frustrating for them as well. Tim goes on to say that if nothing else, he learned where they should be going next. What tack they should be taking next, what avenue they should be going down next to get the truth about the cover-up and the UFO programs. And he also says it may be a who and not a what. So a specific person or whistleblower or witness or participant, or gatekeeper that they need to go after to get this information. And he says he already knew it, but he needed the others to get on board with it. And he needed them there to witness this information so that now they know where to go. And he won't reveal who this person is because he says that last time he revealed names, he wanted more people at the hearing. And those people were intimidated or threatened or whatever into not coming. So he's not going to reveal that name. Godspeed, Tim and everybody else. I hope you're able to go to that person, whoever that is, and get the information that you need and hopefully present it to the people. Representative Robert Garcia, the top Democrat on the subcommittee, said he would have loved to have received more information, but added that it's reasonable to say that everyone that was in the room received probably new information. So they did get something new out of it, so that's good. Garcia and Grothman unveiled a new bipartisan bill this week that would enable civilian pilots and personnel to report UAP encounters with the FAA, which would then be required to send those reports to the Pentagon office investigating the phenomena. The bill, known as the Safe Airspace for Americans Act, would also offer protections for those who came forward. And I'm glad they included that in here because I was going to include that in a roundup. But yeah, that's really good that is now in here, that we're going to have this new bill, hopefully, enabling civilian pilots and personnel to report UAP encounters with the FAA. So that's awesome. That's really forward progress. And I think that, Ryan Graves was probably a big part of that. So that's awesome. Love it. Moskowitz said the meeting was the first real briefing we've had. Yeah, we've heard that information before. This is the first time we kind of got a ruling on what the IG thinks of those claims. And so the meeting, unlike the one we had previously when we did this briefing, this one actually moved the needle. So yeah, there you go. It moved the needle. It moved the needle. I guess that's about as good as we're going to get out of this meeting, this SCIF. They have a name now that they can go to, a person, a who, as Tim Burchett says. I look forward to finding out who that is and what that means and what the ramifications of that are. Who do you think that who is? It's not David Grusch. It's probably somebody we've never heard about, but who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So, we know that Eric Davis is the one that got David Grusch access to some of this. And Eric Davis seems to be an integral player in a lot of this behind the scenes. He doesn't do a lot of public speaking. So could it be Eric? Who knows, guys? Let the speculation commence. who do you think Tim was referring to? What is their avenue forward, their path forward to this who? And what will result of that? Will we get a select committee out of that? Will this be a witness at a hearing? Will this be somebody that gives them access to further information? For example, maybe even getting them into these facilities, these UFO reverse engineering programs or crash retrieval programs. Could they see biologics? Could Tim Burchett have a live press conference on a UFO, a recovered UFO, with all the others? That's my dream of disclosure, is them actually getting access to these programs, because David Grusch knows the addresses and locations of these programs, and he's probably been to one or two of them. Well, what do you guys think could be the upshot of all of this? That's about all that came out of the SCIF. It's about what I expected. It's it's a little more positive than I was expecting. At least they do have a path forward now, so that is encouraging. I don't know what the result is going to be. Whether it's going to be a select committee or more field hearings or actual proper hearings on Capitol Hill. But it does look like it moved the needle and they have a path forward. So let me know what you guys think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to have you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.